it is almost time for the big DL mod update happening tomorrow, or when you're watching this maybe it is even today. Who knows? However, we don't really know much about it, right? We know we're seeing a Dragon Master animation, we know we're getting Noah happening on the 1st, but we don't know anything else definitively beyond the campaign. So what I thought we would do is go to Duel Links China, because they've got a really big update happening right now going into next week, bringing a brand new event, a brand new box, some exclusive skills and cards we've not got in global yet, and I thought, given the context of the box, we should see who comes out on top, right? Is it going to be Duel Links Global, or will it be Duel Links China for the best September box? Let's find out. But first of all, we've got to kind of go back a couple of weeks now, back to the last video we did, right? We covered the Yakiza skill and the ABC skill, and I mentioned they were getting the Conquest mode in Speed Duel, and now they have got it. Now, as you see, you have a Battle Pass, right, a free and a paid one. You can go in, obtain rewards, that's pretty cool. If you buy the paid Battle Pass though, you get every card included in the card pool as a loaner for free. It's themed around GX decks, exclusive skills, right, for Cyberblader, for Chaz's deck, right, and you're all fighting for exclusive rewards like a Chronicle version of Rainbow Dragon. Unfortunately, you can't see what you get, but also you're fighting for a bunch of gems, which is pretty cool, right? Having this secondary ranked mode that's a lower powered format with tailored skills for it, a custom card pool. It's kind of like Legacy Duels in our version of the game. It uses the same menu, but it's way, way better. On to part 1 of the big update for today. First of all, is a brand new event called the Duel Carnival. Now, it's not the same Duel Carnival we know from Duel Links Global. It is a PvE event that's kind of like the DD Tower, but you're going through and you're just facing a bunch of classic characters, classic monsters, to earn rewards. And what you can do is exchange rewards for mats, like this grass looks greener one. Or you can go and get the mat here, which is going to be the Blackbird Clothes one, I believe it is. There's one for, I think this is either a custom thing, or it might be the one of the ninja spell cards, right? There's Chronicle chips, there's gems. It's a little for fun kind of event that you're going to go into to celebrate 4 years, I believe, of Duel Links China. I think that's what we're celebrating, not too sure. It might just be the National Chinese Day, it might be that one. We've then got a new Mind Maze, and this is focused around Dark Dimensions Yugi, and if you haven't seen this gameplay before, you essentially are replaying through the Tabletop RPG event Remix, right? You're going to be going in, you're rolling dice, you're doing coin flips, you're facing off against AI opponents with different decks, you are collecting cards in the card pool to use. In this one, you can collect really powerful Dark Magician cards, Witchcrafter cards, Band cards, Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, Change of Heart, that kind of thing, and you're building a deck to eventually get to the 3rd floor to hopefully beat Yugi, get some big points, come out of the gate, and then go and spend on the lottery, bringing a bunch of brand new cards in. So, new for Duel Links China is Dark Magicians, of course, came via a structure deck for us. The same for Magical Dimension, the same for the Ritual Spell card, but they're also getting Tamai's Night Dragon, which hopefully, I really hope we get in Global Duel Links. So I really hope this week we see this card come to the game. It would be kind of fitting given that Darts, of course, is part of the whole world promotion. Then we've got the Magic Reaver, which I've never actually read before because you don't really play it in Modern Dark Magician. If you take battle damage or effect damage, you can send this card from your graveyard to bring out a Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl from the graveyard to your field. Of course, then, if you've got Circle, you get a Banish off. If you've got Combination on the field, it is now live to be a Negate, which is really, really solid. Then, if a spellcaster on the field is destroyed and it's in your graveyard, you get this card back. So in Duel Links, this might actually be really, really solid for the Dark Magician deck. But we'll take a look at that later. So let's go in and just quickly try and see our luck. Yeah, try our luck. What do we get? We got nothing. Okay, no, we got a Tamai's, and we got the Magic Rebo. Not too bad from one run, basically, of the event, that we didn't really try to actually farm out. Alongside that is a brand new main box, Beyond the Legend. This box is really, really good, right? Of course, you can see we've got pen stuff that we got, I believe, back in our Wings of Clearness mini box around that time. We've got Master of Chaos. When he's summoned, you bring back out Liar Dark in your graveyard for free. Then you contribute a Liar Dark you control to banish all monsters your opponent controls. And when it's destroyed, it adds back any spell in your graveyard to your hand. So it could be something like a Monster Reborn, it could be a Search spell, a Dark Magical Circle, that kind of thing. We've also got Bond being Teacher and Student, which if you've got Dark Magic on the field, you get a free DMG from hand, deck, or graveyard. Then you can set a Dark Magic attack, Burning Magic, or Dark Magic Twin Burst from your deck. Now, That's important because you've either got the Dark Magician Girl one, which is going to be a board nuke, or the one that requires both of them on the field, that's an everything nuke. That's really strong, that's not actually available in-game as obtainable card. However, it is available via a brand new skill we'll talk about in a minute that's really, really good. We've then got Chaos Scepter Blast, which is... no, if they want to focus around Dark Magician Chaos Magician Black Chaos, then that's fine, but this card is... it's a quick effect banish, right? If you've got 8 or higher Spellcaster, which... is that going to work with the Magician of Chaos? Yes, it will, but with the core Dark Magician deck, no, not really. It's a bit conflicting. And I forgot, they've also got Salvation. That is your Search for Eternal Soul, really, really big. And that's on top of having Soul Servant in the last selection box. They've got a lot in Duel Links China now. But it doesn't stop there. Dimension Conjurer, in Global, this is skill locked with the Magical Dimension skill that you got back with the Structure deck, and so this won't really see play on its own, but still, it's cool to have in game. They've got Crowley, the first Prophecy, which is just randomly in this box, I guess because Spellcaster support, but it is a pure spellbook card, really. And of course, Link Spider, the OG, really good card that in Duel Links Global, I think people will want. And of course, there is Bidden Droplet, a very good card as we know from Duel Links Global, but also there is Cyber Dragon support. We have got the Cyber Eternal, which is a quick play monster reborn for a Cyber Fusion monster in your graveyard. And it's also protection in the graveyard as well, which is really, really solid. They've got the Trap Cybernetic Revolution, which is named after the set Cyber Dragon first came out in, that can cheese out a Cyber Dragon Fusion from the extra deck. And of course, we have the brand new Eternity Dragon as well, untargetable, controlled by card effects. And I've also got a free pull, so let's go and open our pack and just see, what do we pull? Anything good? Probably not. No, nothing good at all. Now, I did say there are no skills, so first of all, is the skill for Yugi, Bond between teacher and student. Now, this skill is pretty bonkers, right? Once per turn, reveal a DM in your hand and return to deck, then choose one of the following effects to activate. Either you send a Dark Spellcaster around to the graveyard to then draw one card, or you get a DM from your graveyard back to your hand, then you mill one. Secondly, reveal any number of DM or DMG from your deck to set in your back row either Sage of Stone, Bonds, or combination. So you're getting the Negate Trap really easily, or you're getting the free summon from your deck, which also gets you a search as well. Then you place a free DM or DMG from your hand onto your field. Just like that. So you're getting a search, you're getting free body, pretty cool. Then the third effect, activate by scanning a card in your hand, but if there's no cards in your opponent's field, you've got to reveal the bonds in your hand, so you've got to kind of search it out in some way. To get a free Eye of Timaeus from deck to your hand, then you add the Dark Burning Magic from outside your deck to the top of your deck. And so if you draw into it with, say, your Soul Servant, you've now got an entire board nuke with this card, which is really, really big. We've then got the skill for Zane, I believe, Eternal Cyber. At the start of your first turn, you get 3 Cyber Dragon Fusions in your graveyard, and you get a free Cyber Dragon Nova to your extra deck. That's fine. It does turn on a really cool old school card, being the, or is it down here? Refusion. It turns this on, meaning on turn 1, you can summon into a Chimeric Rampage Dragon and go for some card popping, which is, you know, that's pretty funky. That's pretty funky. Then you reveal a Cyber Spell card on your hand, and a Cyber Dragon monster into your hand, and if you reveal a Cyber Eternal, you then get another spell card. So you're getting a +2, that's fine. Third effect, discard a slap card from your hand, place a Cyber Spell Trap card on your field face down. Usually, it's going to be Overflow, right? The really powerful trap card when Duel Links a few years ago. Then if your hand is 0 after this card is set, you can add a Super Strident Blaze out of the deck. This card makes your Cyber Dragon Future become an Armades, and it can keep attacking again by banishing Cyber Dragon monsters in your graveyard. But you won't see people playing it because it's just a brick. But via skill, it becomes way better. Now, we're going to do the usual and take a look at some replays of these brand new cards in action. This is a different replay than I was expecting. So, who knows what's going to happen? But it's Rocket, it's Revolver, they've got Borderland Dragon, they've got Absolrauta, they've got the Cow Sleeves, we've got the animated Sky Striker playmat. Hopefully we get these right. We saw we're going to be getting the live 2D card art. Hopefully we get game mats as well. But let's see. Going for the skill, milling, and of course drawing, revealing the Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician, to then go, revealing 3. To set the Sage of Stone, we're setting the bonds and we're setting the combination. Reveal 3 to set 3 is crazy. Then you play DMG. Sage of Stone brings out from the deck. the Dark Magician for free. We play the skill, revealing the bonds, discarding the bonds as well, discard Eye of Timaeus, and putting the Dark Bone Magic at the top of the deck. We then play Bonds. Bonds goes and brings out a DMG from the deck, and sets the Dark Burning Magic for next turn. So whatever our opponent does, before he goes to his big synchro plays or his link plays, we can nuke the board, and hopefully, that'll be enough. We then go for Beatrice, with our Dark Magician Girls. Going to be milling the Soul Servant, banishing to get a draw 2. Eye of Timaeus, fusion summons into Dark Paladin 4, that spell, trap, negate. Summons Dark Magician, goes for a second Dark Magician, and passes turn on a full board. Going to be milling the Mischief of the... I can't remember what that is. Is it a Floodgate? I can't remember. But they're on Blue Eyes. No, they are on Rocket. Okay, they're on Dragon Link. So we'll see. There's your Quick Launch being negated. There's your Droplet coming down, and your combination negating the Droplet. Yeah, okay. Okay, Dark Magician so far is playing this really well. Meteor Dragon, of course, discarding to summon itself out, playing the effects in the graveyard to go and search out for the Rocket Ritual spell. I believe it is, right? Yep. Ritual Summon, which you don't see too often in Duel Links, in for the, I can't remember the name of it. But we're going Absoluta. We're going Rocket Tracer. We're carrying on. We're carrying on. We've used up all of our built-in negates, but no, we've now got the back row nuke. And they win. And they win. I wish we had a replay with the Master of Chaos. Last one I saw did have that, so let's see if I can try and find that again. But if not, we'll take a look at the Cyber Dragon replay, and hopefully this one's better. It is a mirror. Okay, let's see how far we get with this Cyber Dragon gameplay. Going first, 2-win streak. That's fine in COG. Okay. And see how this goes. Plays a skill, adds 3 to the graveyard, and then goes for the Nova. Plays Cyber Emergency, adding the Cyber Dragon Core. Course Core on summon is going to get access to the Eternal Cyber, which we know is a revive from the graveyard. Revealing to add the Cyber Dragon Hertz and to add another fusion spell, which is another spell in general. Sorry. Going for the revive of the Cyber Twin Dragon. Linking off into the IP Masquerena. Going for the Repair Plant, I believe it is, in for the Galaxy Soldier. Of course, they have Cyber Dragon Infinity unlimited. So we can go and do this whole play now, right? Go into the Nova into the Infinity, and have a negate for our opponent. Which is not too bad, right? And of course, getting effect of the Hertz as well. Discard Cyber Dragon, in for the Nova. And here should be the Infinity, which we kind of expect, right? Summoning out the Hertz, going for the Infinity. There it is. How far can we go? We're going to be setting the Overflow, and is that all? There's the Blaze. We're passing turn on that. So you've got the IP bounce to a Unicorn, you've got a Gate, you've got the Pop. Goes for the Refusion to bring back out the Rampage Dragon, but of course, we don't lose our back row. We've got a Negate. Negates that, destroys that. Activates the Emergency. Going to grab the Core. Looks very, very familiar, right? Summons the Core. Core gonna search out the Eternal Cyber. Gonna be bringing back from the graveyard, potentially, a big fusion. But let's see. Goes for a Cyber Dragon. Goes for the Plant. Pretty standard. Right, pretty standard. Plays a skill. Searches Overflow. And of course, you can play Overflow the turn you set it. Which is big. Going for the Kaiju, which we know is going to get rid of the IP. That's fine. Overflow coming down. Getting rid of the Overflow and the Cyber Dragon Infinity. For some reason I blanked there. Going for Cyber Dragon. Sets 2. In for Cyber End Dragon. Swinging in, but Droplet comes down. Negating. Hertz activates, recycling the Nashta. Looks like you know where this is going, right? You know that our bottom player Zane is going to win. Brings back Infinity. Yoinks. And that's going to be lethal on board. Well, this DM can't have gone. Right? This DM cannot have gone. Let's see if this is Dark Magician vs Armed Dragon. This might be good. We'll have to see. Of course, going for our skill. Chaz's skill activating, send the frontline base, and going for the Union Hangar. I forgot what this does, but it does of course go into the ABC Dragon Buster, which is a really powerful card, and of course wasn't TCU as a top tier deck. In Duel Links, we only have the B Buster Drake since like 2018, so hopefully at some point we can see this spot going for the IP, and of course all the effects active in the graveyard, adding back the B Buster Drake to your hand, going for the B now, to add the Sea Crush Wyvern, and there should be access to the ABC. Okay, again, going for the Field Spell and the Gold Gadget. I do really like the animated game mats. This one is one of the more subtle ones, right? A lot of them are a bit over the top, so hopefully we do see those come to Doinks. Ah, Abyss Dweller, you're gonna floodgate with your ABC. Let's see, can DM play through this board? Right, play through the bounce. Goes for the Dark Magic Veil, in for the Apprentice to add the DM. Plays the skill, reveals the DM, and a DMG, and goes for the setting of the combination, and the Sage's Stone. And then summons out the DMG, Sage Stone. Ooh, Cosmic Cyclone on the negate. Oh, that's going to be a bit painful. Okay. Can you play through that? Enemy controller AB... yeah. That's fair enough. Going to be seizing in for the Beatrice once again. As we saw before, Beatrice, of course, going to be milling the Soul Servant, summons out a DM. We then go for Dark Magic Attack, nuking the board. And also, we have got in our graveyard still the draw 2 from the Soul Servant. We bring out the DMG with the Bomber Shooter. This also goes and gets us access to the Dark Burning Magic, which is going to be the board nuke if there's DMG on your field. Now, unfortunately, has kind of played around that. But again, going for the Apprentice. Masquerena is linking off in for Nightmare Phoenix. Okay. Okie dokie. Adding DM. This should be the back row being removed. ABC coming down as well. They really don't want that ball nuke to happen. Tagging out in for the A, B, and C. DM skill part 3 activates. Getting you Eye of Timaeus, and of course adding the Dark Burning Magic to top of the deck. Eye of Timaeus. Will we see the brand new Master of Chaos? There we go. Prismatic Master of Chaos coming down. Can bring back out a DM onto your field, and then you contribute the DM to banish everything else and go for lethal. Okay, that was a much better replay. That's getting us off here. Of course, tomorrow is the big DM World update for Dawn Global. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can see some of these cards here. Master of Chaos, getting a skill like this would be insane, but I wonder who's going to come out on top. Who's going to give us the best DM skill? We'll have to wait and see. And before I forget, they're also getting a brand new selection box coming out on, I believe, the 3rd or the 4th of October, bringing Denglong, Final, Bringer of the End Times, I think it is, Enter Small World, and Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Another hand trap coming to Duel Links China. Will it come to Duel Links Global? We'll have to see.